right. So I want to say thank you all for being here. My name is Erin Leidy. I am the founder of FC3, Firelands Community Cat Coalition, and we are located in northern part of Ohio, Norwalk, Ohio. It's a pretty small town. We're near Sandusky and Cedar Point, if you've heard of those places. So Firelands Community Cat Coalition focuses on TNR, trap, neuter, return, and we are in our 4th year of getting the outdoor community cats spayed and neutered and all that to help control the overpopulation. We're the only organization that is structured and designed to do just TNR in our area. And in our short period of time, we've been able to fix over 350 cats in that period of time. So you're helping us to continue our mission. So thank you for being here. Back to you.
Karen, do you want to talk a little bit about?
Oh my gosh, how do I follow all of that excitement? My goodness. Okay, I'll try. So I'm Karen Dendy Smith. I am the founder and one of the directors of the Animal Communication Collective, and we are so thrilled that you guys are all here with us tonight. This is a really nice, intimate event, so you're going to get a lot of opportunity to potentially get a reading, which I'm excited for you guys. The Animal Communication Collective has been around for a couple of years now, and we all came together. I brought this idea to my colleagues, other professional animal communicators. We all went to the same school, so we've all been certified and tested together, and I brought this idea to them, and together we all formed this amazing collaborative where we do these fundraising events all around the country and actually around the world for different animal welfare organizations to teach about animal communication, share animals' messages, and also to raise much needed funds for our dear friends and partners. The animals were the ones who told us, get it together, humans, and help us. And this was a way for us to come together and start to do that for them. And so I am so honored and thrilled to have such amazing friends and colleagues working with us in this collaborative. We do it from all of the love in our heart. We do it for free. We don't take any money for this. And we are here to help people understand their animals and to help animals be helped by the humans. So with that, I just want to give a little hug and shout out, although they will have their time to say hello, but to Adrian and Jay from the Two Crazy Cat Ladies, because they are a part of our team this evening, and we just love, love, love you guys. Okay.
All right, Erin, back to you.
Oh, okay, I'll do a better job this time. My friends know I cry at the drop of a hat. Oh, and I just appreciate everybody being here. And when I think about it, I get emotional. So thank you again. Just a few reminders. It is being recorded. So by being here and having your camera on, you've agreed to have everything be recorded. And in order to be selected, you do need to have your camera turned on. So make sure if you want to have the option to be chosen for a reading that you have your camera turned on. And we still have tickets available. If you want to come to the after party, we're going to take a quick little break. We're going to grab a glass of wine or a cocktail. And we're going to come back and just have a lot of fun and chat with Adrian and Jay and the ladies from ACC. So that is still available if you want to go hop over and buy some tickets for that at the same link. It's still there. And that ends at 7. So make sure you grab those tickets before 7. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so. I think you got it all. So I'll take it from you right now. So I'm going to introduce or have everybody here from the ACC introduce themselves. My name's Julie Hirt. I'm one of the directors with Karen and Meredith of the ACC. I'm currently sitting in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We're from all over the place, and I'll let everybody tell you where they are. I am a certified soul level animal communicator, as well as a certified soul level intuitive coach. And I met all of these fabulous people at the same school, and I'm so excited to be a part of this. So now I'm going to have Meredith introduce herself.
Awesome. Hi, I'm Meredith Tollison. I am so pleased to be here tonight. I am in Tupelo, Mississippi. I love the example of how far away all over the world, all over the country we all are, and we can still do this work together. I am also a soul level animal communicator, a certified soul level intuitive coach, have some experience as animal Reiki, and I'm a certified dog trainer with a focus on behavior. So got a lot of different animal things that I do, in addition to owning and running a couple of businesses that take up too much of my time, and I don't get to do as much of this as I want to. But I'm thrilled to be here and love working with this team, and so excited to see everybody here supporting FC3.
Wonderful. Phoebe, I'm going to save Karen for last because she already talked to me. Phoebe, would you introduce yourself, please?
I am Phoebe Hoffman. I live in New York City, specifically Manhattan, if you can hear the siren in the back. And what do? I'm an intuitive, I'm an animal communicator, and I'm just trying to figure it all out still.
Awesome. Karen, why don't you let us know a little bit more about yourself?
All right. Well, I'm here in Boston, Massachusetts. I am a soul level animal communicator, as you guys know, or I wouldn't be here. I'm a soul level intuitive coach, which means I help people and I talk to their spirit guides. And I also have a background in energy medicine. So I've been teaching Qigong and working with humans and animals in energy medicine and Chinese energy medicine for about 23 years. And I am also a recovered and retired advertising person. So I do this full time, and I'm very thrilled to be in this part of my life doing this as my profession now.
We have two other people here from our organization joining us tonight, helping us out. We've got Jody Crotty and Pamela Revercombe here on tech. Jody, why don't you let everybody know where you are?
Hey, everybody. My name is Jody Crotty, and I live just north of Karen in a small town called Lee, New Hampshire. So it's very hot right now. I, too, am a soul level animal communicator. I'm also have a background in veterinary technician. I was a veterinary technician for about 10 years, as well as a pet loss professional. So I worked at a pet crematorium and helped families grieve the loss of their pets. I also just wrote a children's book called Do You Talk with Animals? Teaching children to hold on to that intuition, because as a child, that's where I first kind of learned about communication and connecting. So yeah, take it away, Pamela.
Hello, I'm currently on Cape Cod in Massachusetts, sort of near Karen, and I'm a soul level animal communicator. I'm also a soul level intuitive coach. I grew up on a dairy farm with lots of animals across the road from a chicken farm, and I just have spent most of my life being with animals. I love communicating with them. I love all the work that we're doing with organizations like this. Glad to be a part of it.
Thank you. All right, so that's the team that's here with you all tonight. So Jody and Pamela are going to handle any questions you may have that you put in chat. They're also going to share just information about us, how you can contact us, how you can absolutely continue to donate to FC3, as well as check out all the fabulous products and services from the two crazy cat ladies. So just know that that's what's going on in the chat. Just real quick, just to give any of you who have not had any exposure to animal communication before, how it works. So what any of us that you'll hear do readings tonight do, we're connecting with your animal. They can be alive or they can be crossed. They can be in spirit. We are connecting with them. We're connecting with their soul to hear from them what they have to say about themselves, and then whatever question you may have. And we do that telepathically. We do that psychically, whatever type of word and phrasing makes sense to you. We're doing it energetically as well. So know that that's how we do that. Typically what we do here in these readings is we get a sense of their personality with you. We will make sure that things make sense along the way. You'll hear us check in with you. And then you can ask them a question, whatever it is that you'd want to know. We may help you rephrase it so we can keep things open-ended for them to be able to share as much as they want to. And again, you have the opportunity to check in and say whether or not that makes sense. If you are interested, like Erin said earlier, if you're interested in having a reading tonight, please leave your camera on. If your camera's not on, we'll respect your privacy and we will not select you for a reading. Let me see what else. Oh, for the readings itself, if you are selected, what we will ask you, so these are things to think about before you get selected, we will ask you the name of your animal, the species. So we just need to know if it's a dog, a cat, a llama, bearded dragon, whatever, anything like that. We need to know the gender, male or female, and we need to know if they're alive or in spirit. So those 4 things, and then also be ready for your question because we're going to get that from you up front. So I think that's it. Oh, and don't tell us any more information. Just give us yes or no answers because we want to give the animal as much time as possible to talk so that we can hear from them all the fabulous things they're about to say. So I think with that, we are ready to get started, right? Okay, here we go. So the first group that's reading together is myself and Karen. Yay. All right, Karen, I've been drawn to Patty this whole entire time.
Okay.
Patty, are you up for a reading this evening? Okay, you just have to unmute yourself.
There we go.
Are you good to have a reading tonight?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, all right. What's the name of your animal?
Lily.
Lily. And is it L-I-L-Y or L-I-L-L-Y?
Lilly.
Okay, great. Is female?
Yes.
What species?
Cat.
Okay, is Lily alive or in spirit?
Alive.
Okay, all right.
Perfect.
Okay,
All right.
Karen, are you ready to go?
So Patty, what is the question? Let's add the question.
Oh,
up
yeah,
front,
thank you,
too,
sorry.
So Lily has the full understanding of what she's talking to us about.
She's not very cuddly and she's afraid all the time. I want to know what she's afraid of and why she's not very close to me.
Okay.
So Karen, do you think we can ask her, I hate to say fear, but do you
Yeah.
feel like we need to ask about,
I know she loves me, but
yeah,
just other stuff.
How about if we open it up just a little bit so we aren't judging her too much? And we ask her, what do we need to know about your distant behavior? Or your apprehensive behavior?
Well, she's always been, when I got her, fearful,
Okay.
very timid, very
Okay.
afraid of a drop of a pin.
Okay. So
Okay. But she's never been as much as I want her to. I mean, she comes to me and she's close to me and she follows me in the bathroom. So it's not like she doesn't like me. But I do live alone and I'm very independent. But when I got her, she was under the bed for 3 days. I couldn't get her out. So,
Okay.
but this has been 2 years and she's still
Okay.
afraid of everything.
All right. So why don't we just outright ask her, Julie, what do we need to know about her behavior that is presenting as fear?
yeah. To
Okay.
know behavior presenting as fear. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's perfect. Okay.
All right. All right. So just give us a second. Patty, we're going to just invite Lily to come and talk to us. And then
Can I say one thing?
It's
I
more
do
than-
have a lot of traumatic things that happened to me in the last 4 years. And then
Okay.
I got her 2 years ago. So just
Okay.
throwing that out there too.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So Lily,
Yeah.
come on in and talk to us. Sweet girl.
So she comes towards me. I see
Her
her
ears are flickering.
sit right in front of me. And she sits rather demurely. That's the word I hear her say. And she crosses, like she has me want to cross my legs and put my hands on my knee and very upright, very proper, and just very like demure and just like, yes, what would you like to know? And says it just like that.
And for me, when I invited her to come in, her energy to come and connect with us, I saw her show up a little bit hunched down and her eyes wide open, and just really watching us, and watching me as she allowed me to energetically connect with her. And she gave me this feeling of really wanting to check out to see if I was safe. I have this sense, this knowing that for her, making sure that all things are safe around her is a really big deal for her. Does this make sense to you, Patty?
Yeah.
The way that she's showing us kind of her very careful watching, making sure things are safe around her.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's always laying
Don't
in
tell us
front of
too
me
much.
like she's, yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. I know you want to tell us everything because you want to help, but if you tell us, then we don't get it from her. As long as it's making sense, you can tell us more at the end. Okay. So, okay, if that makes sense, then great. That's great. Julie, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, the only thing, because with this way that she's sitting, and for me, what she's showing me is waiting for things to unfold is what I hear her say. And she's the way that she shows me sitting is sitting really straight and upright, but waiting. And there is, like, as Karen said, there is this sense of waiting and just watching for things to unfold. At the same time, though, that she says that to me, waiting for things to unfold, I'm also holding my body really, there's a rigidity to how I'm holding my body. And I can move around I'm moving my eyes around so I can see what's going on, but I'm not necessarily going to move. I don't feel like, here's what it feels like to me. And this is actually what she just said is flight. Is it flight or fright? It's one of those. And I'm more in the, whatever the one is that you freeze, where you actually stay stationary and she's not going to move. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
And it's really interesting because energetically, while you're talking about it, Julie, she brought me into the part of her brain where that actually happens in the amygdala. So in the center of the brain where that fight or flight activity is happening is very turned on for her. She's telling me since she was very, very little, it's almost like it's overactive in her as a part of her system. And so she has more adrenaline, like from a physical perspective, the way it feels to me, she's got more adrenaline naturally flowing through her system than maybe like your normal cat who's just really chill. So it feels a little bit chemistry as well as environment that's causing this. And from that perspective, it would be very interesting to potentially work with, a homeopathic vet or even a Chinese medicine or herbal vet that can help with kind of giving her some calming tinctures, to just take the edge off her nervous system because it's on all the time. And she's also making me feel like because of that, it's exhausting her.
Oh, it is.
Right. And I know the two crazy cat ladies actually have a beautiful product that
I know.
we can talk about later, but if that's not enough for her, if this is at a higher level, you might want to talk to a vet about it. What are you getting, Julie?
Yeah, two things. One is this side. So this is the left side of my head. And I just feel like there's like electricity. It feels extremely energetic, tingly. It's really tingly from the very top of the left side of my head all the way down to here, which the other thing then that's beginning to happen is my, I was going to say whole intestinal system, but it's actually the whole digestive system from my stomach up. She wants me to keep burping and I'm getting acid reflux and my stomach feels like it's churning. And I actually feel like then there's some stuff going on in the intestines, which now, as I say all that, now I'm starting to get a headache or a head swirl or pressure through here too. So what Karen was describing from the adrenaline perspective, what I'm feeling is the effects of all of that physically that it's going on. Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah.
So I do
I
see that.
think she wants help alleviating it. And I think that if you find the right natural vet or holistic vet, they might be able to help
hard.
you. I know.
Yeah.
But now at least she's telling you it's in her system. She's not trying to do it. It's just, it's a part of her system and something that you can work on with her in this way.
Yeah.
And,
It's hard.
and that might be something that I would just recommend, maybe you do a longer reading with someone so that you can really get into the details of it, because we can't do that tonight, but at least we've pointed you in the right direction for her. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
She's a
Yeah.
very sweet personality. She's a very sweet girl. and
Oh,
I think,
she is.
yeah.
But it's just the trash men come and I have to close the door. And I mean, I've learned to improvise a lot of things. And,
Yeah.
you know, in an apartment, there's lots of noises and she's used to people above and she's gotten used to it. It took a long time, but
Yeah.
I made popcorn for the first time and I knew it was going to do something. So I kind of played with her and distract her, but just popcorn. I mean,
Yeah, and Patty, she clearly had something, she wanted to at least let you know she's ready to at least, so that's why she stepped forward as loudly as she did. So I'm glad this really helped at least get you started on a
Get you
path.
Yes.
started on a
Ready.
path. Yeah.
She's ready, yeah.
thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you for letting us work with you and with the
And Patty,
Thank you.
when I'm not doing the reading, when I'm quiet next, I will put a link in the website for you to a homeopathic vet that you can work with online.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yeah, I'll put that in the chat for you.
That would
Yeah.
be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Patty.
Thank
All
you,
right, Karen
Patty.
and Meredith, take it from there.
All right, Meredith, are you ready?
Ready, ready.
Okay. I have been drawn to Shauna. Yes, you, Shauna. Would you like to do a reading? Oh, we can-
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Yes. So I have a cat, girl, female,
Mhm.
named Sophie.
Oh, so
And Sophie is alive.
okay.
And Sophie I've tried a million ways to Sunday to engage her in play. And I have tried the wand toys. I have tried like almost all of like Adrian and Jay's toys. Like I have tried like the interactive toys, the toss toys, the wand toys. She's okay for about a couple minutes and then she just turns around and walks away. And I'm just wondering, like, what am I not doing to fulfill her need to be like to have play?
Okay. All right. So Meredith, do we want to ask maybe word like Sophie, what do we need to know about how you're playing, or what do we need to know about your experience of playing? So she can fill us in from her perspective.
Sure. Yeah.
Does that sound okay to you, Shauna?
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. All right, so just give us a second. Connect with sweet Sophie. So I said sweet Sophie and she popped right in and said, I'm fierce.
So she's a tortie. I'm just going to say that right now.
Okay, so not that she's not sweet, but she's like, no, I'm also fierce.
Yeah.
I'm a tough girl. And inside, she's like a strong, tough girl. She's telling me inside herself.
And I hear her say the words, I'm fine. I'm fine. You know, I'm fine. And it feels sort of like, you know, sort of like a kid tapping you on the shoulder going, mama, 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 what? You know, she says, I'm fine. I'm good. I do it my way. And then I hear the words different strokes for different folks. And I hear that song, you know, shooby dooby dooby.
Yeah.
Asking what she feels very independent and pretty determined to be her own girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's given me a lot of information about the play question, but I'm going to, if you're getting something, Karen, you go right ahead and I'm going to try and hone in a little bit more on that.
I got a sense from her that her mind races really quick and she gets bored really easily. The way that she showed it to me, she was like, yeah, okay, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Like, enough of that. So she kind of, and then she shows me herself like almost if she were one of those girls in school, she just put up her hand and walk away. She's like, I'm done, and walks away. And she's making me feel like she amuses herself. What do you get,
Yeah.
Meredith?
That's exactly where she was leading me, is the different strokes for different folks thing. Her idea of play, she's saying, no, this is about you. You're trying to, what you consider healthy play for me is different than what I consider healthy play. She said, I can play with this for 30 seconds and be perfectly satisfied. And then I go entertain myself somewhere else. And then she shows me like sitting in a comfy chair with her legs crossed doing a crossword puzzle while kids are running around throwing footballs and stuff outside. And she's like, I don't want to be out there. It's hot. There are mosquitoes. I want to be doing this crossword puzzle. And I feel like she's showing me this example just to show the dichotomy of what you want her to do in play and what she considers entertainment. She says, it's not that I don't like toys, but I almost see that there are too many. And she's like, please put them in a box and I will select them when I'm ready. And there's also something about how, a lot of cat play is about their natural prey drive. And she's telling me she doesn't really care about that she doesn't really love the prey thing because she doesn't have to work that hard for getting what she needs from you, and the love and the affection and the care and the food and all of the things. She's like, yeah, I don't have to do all that. I don't have to hunt. So let me work my crossword puzzle and you go play with the wand toy. That was a whole lot. Do you hear all that?
Yeah.
Does any of that make sense?
She also has a brother. And the brother, Ollie, can play like all day, every day. So I'm just finding it. That's why I was just like, I was like worried because I'm like, I don't understand. Like Ollie can play all day, every day. And Sophie can take it or leave it.
Yeah. And we're all different, she says. Part of this is actually tied to a little bit of a soul lesson for you about being okay with not fixing everything, not feeling like you have to fix everything in order to be okay.
Oh, you're good.
So she's like, you know what, back off, Mom, I'm good. And the more, when you learn that and you're not so intense with wanting her to play and you're more chill about it, it gives her space to decide if she wants to play. But you don't have to fix everything, Mom. That's what she just said.
That really resonates with me. And she's showing like Ollie's the kid throwing the football in the front yard and the pogo stick and the hula hoop, and he's running around all the time. And part of it is for her, it feels like a question of comparison. I don't have to be just like him. I'm good just how I am. And that feels like a little bit of a soul lesson for you too, to be very, very careful about comparing people or yourself to anyone else, to accept that different strokes for different folks. Not everybody has to be the same and do the same thing and enjoy the same stuff. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, no, it absolutely makes sense. It's just that you hear from so many different, like, like Jackson Galaxy will say, like it's really important, like to do that play and get that cat mojo going and stuff. And like I said, I have tried and I've been on the verge of tears sometimes because I'm like, why won't she engage with me? And
because you're trying too hard energetically. And cats are incredibly sensitive to our energy that we push off. So if you're really intense, like, please play so I don't feel like a failed mommy, and that was coming at you as a cat, you'd be like, I'm done with you. I'm done with the energy that you're giving me right now. So the more you can just have a little conversation with her and say, I get it. You're different than your brother. I hear you. We're chill now. I'll accept how you want to do it.
Yeah.
You might see a little bit of a shift.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. But so then it's okay if she doesn't like do the rambunctious play like Ollie does?
Yes.
That is okay. All right. Because I don't want her to, like I said, as Jackson Galaxy calls it, the cat mojo. I just
Yeah.
want her to have good mojo.
She does have good mojo. She's telling you to relax.
Okay.
Okay.
Whew.
She's
Okay.
awesome. She's pretty fierce. She knows what she wants.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I hope that helps, Shauna. Thank
Oh my
you.
gosh. That helps me so much.
Good.
Excellent.
You guys are good. Like,
Aw.
seriously, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you. Thank
you're
you.
welcome. Thank you.
All right, Phoebe, you ready?
I am.
Okay, I am being drawn to Marcy. Marcy, are you open to having a reading?
Yes, sorry.
Excellent. Oh, I lost your picture. There you go. There you go. Okay, so tell us who you got. Oh, she's frozen.
So I just adopted, or it's not just like me through. Oh,
Oh, you're freezing up a
Can you
little
hear
bit,
me?
Marcy. Yeah, okay.
okay. So I adopted 3 cats about 3 weeks to a month ago. And one of them, they're 3 boys, and one of them he's the most timid. And he's been very scared, and he's actually doing so much better playing with his brothers, all that kind of stuff. But he's still a little bit, easily startled, and sometimes just gets really freaked out and runs away. And I just want to know, like, if there's anything more I can be doing for him to make him more comfortable, to make him happier, like feel better now that he's in his like forever home and stuff like that.
Okay. What's his name?
His name is Finn.
Finn, Finn?
Yes.
Okay, and he's a male cat, and he
Mhm.
is very much alive.
Mhm.
And your question is, what does Phoebe, let's see, what does he need us to know about this perceived fearfulness, and what does he need us to know about what you can do to help him with what you're
To make
seeing?
him, or to make him happier or more comfortable.
Phoebe, how does that question sound to you? Would you word it differently?
No, I think it's worded just fine.
Okay. All right, well, give us just 1 second, Marcy,
Sure.
to clear and connect with Finn. And I immediately see, like on the cartoons, when the cat gets surprised or shocked or something, and it jumps up in the air and all the fur stands out and all the legs are straight out and the eyeballs are really big and googly. And there's a startle response that he's showing me that is, wow, this is kind of similar to what we were talking about with Patty. That's not necessarily proportional to the situation. Like, rather than just, "Ooh, you startled me," it's, "Oh my," and he jumps up in the air like the cartoon cat. Let me ask him what that's about, Phoebe.
Okay, so, I'm sorry, are you still
Yeah,
going?
you go ahead. You
Okay.
go ahead.
So what I'm getting about Finn is that you just took in 3 souls, and so much of what they're going to offer you has so much to do with you and where you are at in your life, in your journey. I don't really like that word, but you have such an ability to nurture. You're such a respectful person. You're so well mannered. You're really a civil person, and you have the capacity to take these cats in and bond with them. Whereas what I'm getting from Finn is, which he already has a sense of you, is that you have not had a lot of people being generous in that way with you. You have struggled immensely in your life, especially growing up, with connection. Not that you can't connect, you're great at connecting. It's other people. That fear, that timidity, there's part of that has to do with you have experienced that so much in your life. You walk on eggshells. You're very cautious with people. Let other people lead for the most part because it's too hard to upset someone. You don't want to cause conflict. You don't want to insult anyone. And you have felt so rejected and disappointed time and time again that Finn is going to be there for you and be this, not just a support system, but an emotional an emotional being who can look into your eyes and show you that he knows that he is loved by you, and you are going to feel the same for him. You need different personalities. That's why you needed 3. You need variety, as does Finn does. He needs stimulation. You need stimulation. You're going to join each other and have this unity, which is sublime. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah.
You're frozen up a
Oh,
little.
could you not hear me? I said, that sounds good. That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, did y'all hear that? I get a cartoon cat with googly eyes, and that's what Phoebe gets, right? Right? I'm just gonna mute for just a few minutes. No, I love that, Phoebe. I love it. And certainly wow, that made me feel a lot, Marcy. So
Yeah, me too.
So as I said, a lot of the feelings that I was getting from his personality were a little bit disproportional to the reality. And it feels very much to me like middle child syndrome. You know, you do have 3, like, you know, you got the eldest, the perfect child, and then you got the baby, the cute one, and then you got the one in the middle. It's like, oh, what am I doing? And it also feels like a little bit of question of comparison with everyone around him and trying to figure out where his role is. He knows he belongs here and he's happy to be here, but which niche in this part of your needs is he filling? It feels like you've got one that's a good player and one that's really affectionate, and he's like, yeah, I'm out here, what am I doing? And there's a little bit of acting out to try and draw some attention to him. It feels like a little bit of maybe not feeling quite good enough, or not good enough. How do I fit in? How do I fit in this environment around me, in this world around me? And that does feel like a bit of a reflection of questions that you asked yourself on occasion. I'm surrounded by these people. This one does this better. This one does this. I do this better than someone else. But where do I really fit into this scenario? And how do I figure that out? Does that make any sense to you from a personality standpoint? Oh, we keep losing her a little bit. Okay, Marcy, hopefully that'll. What's that?
Okay. I don't know. I'm so close to my Wi-Fi. I don't know what's happening. I couldn't be like more on top of it. Sorry, but thank you.
Awesome. All right, Phoebe, what have you got to wrap up? I know you get it all in one big quick download.
Just that it's just a lot about, he wants to be soothed. He doesn't want any force in his life. He doesn't want to be pushed. It's all about in due time. Don't make it happen. Don't expect it to happen. Let him come to you. That's what he needs.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to do. And he's getting better, but I just want to make sure that, yeah.
Awesome. Does that feel pretty complete to you, Phoebe, Marcy?
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
open
you.
to getting a reading this evening. Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, Phoebe, you take it away. You and Julie, I believe, right?
Okay, I am going to choose Yolanda. Would you like a reading?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I'll be your trouble child, because I have 3. Erin's laughing because she knows how I am. I have 3 and I don't know which one to pick. I have 2 in spirit and 1 alive. Any guidance? Or do I have to pick?
You have to pick.
Okay. I'm gonna pick Scooter.
Mhm.
And he was a dog.
Okay, and is he in spirit or alive?
He is in spirit.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna just take a moment, connect in. Okay, so the first thing that comes up is this knowing that Scooter, he represented a lot of different things for you. In fact, there were similarities that you picked up on in the time you spent together, which you really appreciated about him. When I asked him just about his personality, he said that he was very much bonded to you, and it was a very tight relationship, but it was also filled with uncertainty. And he was saying that a lot of times you were always concerned about his well-being, his comfort, that you weren't doing enough, or there was something that he was trying to express to you that you couldn't figure out. And he's just saying in life that what he observed about you being with you is that you're incredibly smart and insightful and introspective with other people, but when it comes to yourself, you just analyze everything to death at times, obsessively. You have such an active mind, and it's hard for you to really be decisive in general. And this animal was so much more than an animal. You saw Scooter as this sort of essential being that benefited you in your life, and you knew he was here to help you. And really, it's not just loving you. I mean, they all love us, but he was quirky. He was unique. This was, you don't really match well with like normal, quote unquote, normal people. You always look for the esoteric, for the edge, for the bizarre. Does that make any sense?
I'm hesitating because it does, but it's almost as if one of the others is trying to come through. Does that make sense?
I do not know, to be frank, but that's what I'm getting when I said
it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense in a sense.
So here's maybe to help answer that question. Here's what so for Scooter, everything that it's as Phoebe was talking, like this whole space expanded. Scooter is absolutely how I feel, the animal that's coming through. What I actually hear Scooter say in response to you, because he wants to answer you directly, Yolanda, is he's still working with everybody that's around and everybody in spirit. There's like this whole team that you have around you of all of these animals. And so it may feel to you that one has, I'm asking how to say this. He's like, we're all kind of combined and we're all kind of working together. We each have our own little quirks, but there's a larger, I hear him say, community and network and team that's helping you. And so it may feel like he's actually sounds like somebody else, but he's actually, hi, I'm me. And here's what he shows me about him as far as his personality. It's his word, it's the name Scooter. For some reason, I feel like my butt is stuck to this chair and I just want to and I do want to do what his name implies. I want to scoot around, and he's just very much like this. And I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but there's something about his rear end when he was alive that is very much, I don't know if it feels like it's solid. It feels like it's a thing. It feels like it's a definitive part of who he is. And I don't know if any of that makes sense to you in an effort to say, yes, it's me, Mom, it's me.
That does make sense.
Okay.
Does he give any indication of what happened?
Is that your question? We forgot to ask your question. Is that your question?
That is my question.
What happened when he passed?
Yes.
Okay. Phoebe, does that question sound okay?
Sure. Okay, so what I'm getting about, he really started slowing down. I don't know if you saw that or you really noticed it, but something about him was changing. And it was very quick, though. It wasn't like this, it wasn't so gradual or incremental. It was pretty quick. And it's just this knowing. I'm not going to do a body scan because he's in spirit, but it's this knowing that he was not well for a while, but sort of just like you, when you're not well, you don't come out and say it. You don't show it. You're not demonstrative in that sense. You tend to hide things in until like, unless you absolutely have to talk about it. You don't, you're a very private person, and he related to you in that way. He shared that. Privacy is sacred to you. And in fact, he's just bringing up that you're kind of horrified with the world we live in, that everybody's exposing every little bit and piece of their life. It's just nauseating. And there's something about his passing that it was like he had dignity. And then the mystery of it, that mysterious aspect, because you want to know exactly what happened. It's troubling you. It's confusing. It's just beyond hard to take in that you don't know. But there's something here about you not knowing, because you're not supposed to know every little thing. That's why animals are so wonderful. They bring that mystery into our lives when there's so little, in a sense, left in the world we live in. Does that mean anything?
And I'm going to expand on that before you answer, Yolanda, if that's okay. As Phoebe was saying, all of that, what Scooter was drawing me to was actually my belly. He also said, just as he said to Phoebe about it went really fast. And I hear him say, I didn't want to tell you anything was going on. And I do feel there's a stoicism. I do feel a real solid, almost like a steel core, because I didn't want to let her know that there was anything going on. But I do feel, as Phoebe was saying all of that, Scooter was having me feel in my belly a real heaviness. It was really uneasy, not gassy, not anything like that, but just more of like heaviness. Things weren't working very well is what I hear him saying, and almost as if things twisted somewhat for him down there. And I feel like something, when Phoebe said he was sick for a long time, he confirmed that with me too. Something started over on the left-hand side of his belly and grew towards the right, is how he's showing it to me. So I don't know if any of that combined with what Phoebe said, if any of that makes sense to you.
What Phoebe said made some sense to me. I honestly don't know with what you just said, just because I wouldn't have any idea of knowing that, but what she said about that he had been sick for a while does make sense.
Yeah, he said that too. So yeah. Okay. Cool. Any other thoughts or questions you want us to?
I was just wondering, I don't know how to ask this. I guess, why? Can he answer? Can you tell me why he went like he did, or where he went, or anything about his leaving?
So what I'm getting about, what I'm getting about leaving is that, the why, everyone wants to know why. Why would this happen? And the why has so much to do with wanting to, how could I have prevented this? How could I have altered this fate? And it's just about like, you can't. You pay so much attention to really everyone in your life and every animal. This was not a deficit in you. This wasn't something alarming where all of a sudden the animal, has a seizure and you take it to the hospital and you figure out a cause. Often there is no cause. Things just happen, and there isn't a clear idea of, oh, it was his heart, it was his stomach. I don't get anything like that. I just get that this constant thinking you could have changed this on some level if you had only known, if you had had some idea. You couldn't have. And it's about sitting with that and just having the realization that you are so great to him. I don't get that he was not feeling well, but I don't get that it was like this excruciating pain and then it ended. It was a gift to him for it to end. If he had stayed around in his body, it would have been I don't get that you would have gotten answers from even a veterinarian. This was just one of those cases where there isn't a specific answer.
Does that make sense to you, Yolanda, and answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Really sorry for your loss. He's a wonderful dog.
He certainly was.
I say
He
is
was
because they still clearly are around, right? So.
right. He was 19 or 20.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the other thing too is you are a person, you will always have a dog. That's part of your contracts with these animals. You need that in your life. You need that in your home. Your home would feel cold and barren and austere without dogs. You have to continue. He would be honored for you to take another dog in. This is what you need to do. You have to continue this. As painful as it is, every time you lose one, you have to bring another one in when you're ready.
True. Thank you very much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Yolanda. Thank you so much. Before we turn it back over to Karen and Meredith, I do want to remind everybody that at 7 o'clock, the ticket sales are closing. So if you haven't purchased a ticket for the after party and you want to join Adrian and Jay and ask them questions and hear all the things they have to say, and they're so much fun, do buy your tickets now before they close at 7, and or buy your raffle tickets if you haven't done that yet as well. So you've got 6 more minutes. So, all right, Karen and Meredith, back over to you.
Hey, up to us, Mayor, as I call
All
her.
right.
So, who are you drawn to?
Jenny.
Here's Miss Jenny. Oh, there you are, Jenny. Got to unmute yourself. Say something so we know you can hear us. Oh, we're not hearing her. Sounds not on.
She is unmuted.
There you go. I can hear you. Can you not hear her, Karen?
No.
I can't hear her either.
How are you hearing her, Mary?
Oh, someone else must have said something. I can't hear her. Oh, Jenny, we may have to come back to you. Do you have your microphone on your computer?
So sometimes this is a problem if it doesn't actually connect. So if you want to quit out and come back in, we'll obviously let you back in. And if we don't get to do a reading with you, we'll make sure the next team gives you a reading. Okay? Because we really would love to. And you might have to quit out and come back in order to get your mic kicked in. Okay?
Sorry about that, Jenny. Thank you, though. All right, Karen, what do you think?
I'll let you pick.
How about Anna?
Hello.
With the kitty cat ears.
Always.
Love it, love it, love it.
So cute.
Well, I have a list, but I'm picking one because I have a giant list, but
Okay.
Carly, female, cat, alive.
Cat alive. Carly, C-A-R-L-Y.
No, Harley. I said Harley Quinn.
Oh, Harley Quinn. Oh,
But
fabulous.
it's Harley. It's just Harley.
Okay.
But like Harley Quinn.
Okay, fabulous. And what is the question that you have for Harley?
Is she happy? Because she does not like me. So I'm trying to figure out why.
Is she happy? Okay. Meredith, does that sound, is there anything you want to do to reword that at all? Or are we just going to ask her, what do we need to know about her happiness with Anna? Or what do we
I'm
need to
gonna
know
say
about
what
her
is-
relationship with Anna?
About her relationship, because happiness feels like a label.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what she's concerned about.
Mhm.
So what does she need us to know about her relationship with Anna?
Does that feel good, Anna?
Fine.
I've got a lot of feelings of like outside stimulus coming in right now, like noises, and there's a train, and it's making me feel very like there's, I think she's showing me this, there's too much going on around me, and it's hard to decide which part to focus on. It feels like, wow, that feels like you. There's so many things that are important and so many things that you enjoy and so many things that you're passionate about, but having a hard time pulling how to prioritize that and which order to put things in. And it's really making me feel like just a little antsy. So much I want to do and can't quite take the deep breath to pull it all together. She's making me feel that in my body, almost a feeling of butterflies and shakiness and jitteriness, like I've had too much coffee.
And when I invited her to come in, I actually immediately was starting to feel my heart beat too fast, like ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. And like I was trying to get a breath, and I was starting to feel like a lot of agitation around this. Inside myself, like agitation around myself. And I'm almost like, like a 13-year-old kid, like mostly girls, like, Mom, leave me alone. And they get like in a tantrum mode and they're like, just leave me alone. And they run into their bedroom and they slam the door and they just like, oh my God, the world hates me. Just leave me alone, Mom. Like that kind of energy. And my heart's beating and I'm feeling like I'm caught up in the middle of that, kind of being consumed by how I'm feeling. Do you recognize that in her? Like when she gets a little over stimmed or over dramatic?
Well, for her, because she's a foster, I'm a foster mom to her
Okay.
and a few others, but she's never gotten close to me. And yeah, she acts like she's like a teenager, even though she's only a couple years, not even a year old, or maybe right after a year old, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, she just has that mentality that just leave me alone. Don't touch me. Don't look at me.
Yep.
You look at me, I'm going to run.
It's definitely, it's like that young teenager, tween age girl that's just like, don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Don't tell me. And it's like, ugh. And she's running away. But I want to ask her what's behind that, because that is a facade, right? That's a thing that she's doing to protect herself in some way. So I kind of want to sit with her for a little bit and ask her what's really going on behind all of that for her. Meredith, what are you picking up?
The teenager slamming doors, leaving me alone, throwing herself down on the bed and, crying into her pillow because it's just so awful. That all resonates completely with me. But I keep seeing an image of two magnets repelling each other. When you hold them close together and you can feel the push away. And the more you try to force it, the harder the push gets.
Oh yeah.
There's also a question in here of feeling like, what can I do to make her like me?
Right.
What can I do? And sometimes the answer for a teenage girl is, honey, just wait it out,
Yeah.
just
I
wait
know.
it out.
I have been.
Don't over respond or overreact. It's almost like just it's almost like she's saying the try too hard part, and that if you just relax and ease into it, she will make her own decision. She doesn't want anybody telling her what to do. She wants, even if it's exactly what you want her to do, she wants it to come across as being her idea. And that magnet repelling, there's a lot going on between the two of you that's pushing apart. It's close, but it's pushing apart. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, big time, because this has been going on for a while. So I'll look at her, I'll talk to her, and she looks at me and runs. So I'm just like, okay.
There's also so I went to the soul level with her because I'm like, what's really going on here? And there's this big buffer around her, like her little soul knows she actually belongs somewhere else. So she really doesn't want to there's a knowing in her that is like, just move me along to where I belong with the people that I actually belong with. And she also knows that if you get too connected to her, you might not want to let her go. And she really belongs somewhere else. it feels to me like as an only cat, like she needs to be the sole doted on, loved, totally respected by person who just needs that kind of roommate and partner in their house where it's just the two of them, so that trust can be built there. And she doesn't want to, she really in some ways is repelling you on purpose and saying to you, please understand, please understand, please understand. Does that make sense to you?
Big time. Because you just literally answered the question that I had going in my head. Because being a foster, I was wondering if she was happy here, and you just answered it by saying she's ready for her forever home, which we're still trying to find, but it's taking time. So that makes complete sense.
Yeah. There is something about a person, she's telling me, the kind of person that would really be good for her, somebody who has a very mellow energy, very soft, almost deeper sounding voice. As doesn't mean you have to be a man, but somebody who has a very mellow, deeper sounding voice, so that it's soothing to her ears. There's something about the sound also for her. Sound is like a big deal to her. So a very soothing, deeper sound, slower moving being is going to be better for her. And she says, the lesson in this for you is for you to understand you can't save and you can't win. You're not supposed to be able to win everyone over.
Right.
That desperation energy that's coming out of you to try to win her over is just, in some ways, it's the perfect repellent, so that you can't win her over, so that she can move on. But it is something for you to look at even in yourself, about kind of that energy that is she's triggering in you, about feeling you're not failing, is what she's saying. You're not failing. Okay. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Totally, completely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Karen, you said it very well. I also saw her with like her bag packed. And so I was asking her, are you showing me like teenage girl running away? You know, I hate you, I'm out of here, whatever those bratty girls do. But it falls right into, she knows that her actual permanent forever home is elsewhere. And Karen, as you were talking about the lower voice, the mellow energy, I literally saw like a big guy. It was a guy sitting side by side with her on the sofa, just watching TV and not talking. You know, those awkward, you know, so you're in the car with someone and nobody's talking and you feel like you got to say something to fill the silence. She likes to sit in the quiet part. And it's almost like they don't even have to talk. They can just look at each other and know exactly what each other's thinking. And that's the relationship that is going to settle in for her.
Well, I guess it's more of an idea kind of what to look for, because I'm trying to think, do I know anybody like that? Not really.
No, but now that you know this, you can talk, like literally sit with her across the room for you, because she's like, I'll sit across the room, thank you. But sit across the room and say, I heard you, honey.
I'll definitely do that.
I hear you. And
I keep
will
looking around,
help
but
you.
she's not in here, so she's in the other room.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But just really focus on her. Say, I heard you. I know I understand what you need, and I know it's not about me failing.
Right.
I'm
Thank
learning
you.
that with you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And then let us know what happens.
Trust me, I'm with the ladies all the time, so
good.
Trust me.
Through them,
if
we'll
something ever
find out.
happens, they'll know.
All right. Awesome. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
All right, Phoebe, you ready to go again?
Yes, I am.
All right, Jenny, let's see if your microphone is working.
I hope it's working.
It is. It is. We can hardly hear you, but yes. So if you can sit as close to it as possible, I think that might help.
Okay.
Oh, now you got muted somehow. Jody can help you, maybe. Nope. There you go.
There we go.
Hi.
I'll hide my mouse. All right.
Okay.
So I have a male dog named Buckeye. He is very much alive. And he has issues with overstimulation. So when we get company, or when the doorbell rings, or when the phone rings, he loses his mind. He runs in circles. He runs up and down the stairs. He'll run up the stairs, touch his nose to the top step run down, touch his nose to the bottom step. He'll, he can't handle that stimulation. When my
Is it
dog
noise
you know,
mostly, Jenny?
He runs for half an hour in a circle.
Jenny, is it mostly with noise?
Yes.
Okay.
And people coming over. Yeah. This is Buckeye right here. He's my.
Oh, cool. I can tell you live in Ohio that you named your dog Buckeye.
Yes.
I don't know, Phoebe. I think the question should be, what can you share with us when either stimulation or I was going to focus on noise, but it feels like when or noise or people are there. Can you tell us what's going on with you?
Yeah. What's he thinking?
What are you thinking, Phoebe?
I think that's fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I do want to say this. We'll try to get another reading, and this may be the last one only because we need to make sure we get into raffle tickets and whatnot. So I just wanted to say that too as we get started. All right. So Buckeye, male dog alive. I immediately get a full, like, eyes wide open, immediately, like leaning forward, like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. There's just so much. I just feel energy coursing all the way through my legs. My thighs in particular just want to like run like through the window that's right in front of me and like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And that's all I hear him saying is let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I hear just like, I feel absolutely energetic. And like, I also feel like with my wide eyes that I just see everything. There's everything to see and I can't see enough of it. And it just keeps, oh my gosh, look at everything I can't, like, there's just so much coming at me. And I know you said stimulation, but it just feels like all senses are open, wide open. And I feel like all the nerve endings on like my fingers, all my nerve endings on my skin, everything is just completely alive and connected. If that makes sense.
It does.
Okay. Yeah. Phoebe, what are you getting at?
I mean, there's a knowing. I mean, this is a very busy guy. He likes being busy. He likes kind of going crazy. He enjoys that element of existing in his body. This is not a soul that wants to just kind of stay calm and at ease. And yes, he's easily startled for sure, but I'm also getting that so are you, that in a sense, you've set up your life so you can have as minimize the noise in your life. Like I even have this image of you going into a busy city and it's exciting, the idea of it, but you can only last so long. He's saying, he needs time to regroup. Even when he's running around and he's nuts, he always calms down at some point, even until the next thing comes along. You're a person who needs a lot of stimulation. I have this knowing you can zone out very quickly. And there are like quite a few people in your life who bore you to death, but you're so polite, you're so generous, you're so well-meaning, and so is he. He's just showing up for you. He's showing you, hey, I'm alive. That, I'm feeling everything. My senses might be seemingly overactive, but he's saying, so are yours. I mean, you are such a sensitive person that even though you're kind of clueless in a sense of what's going on, it's not a mystery you have to unravel. All you have to do is observe him the way he's observing you. And on some level, he's keeping you on your toes. He's keeping you grounded by just alerting you to things. And it's the sense that you like that. You like this on some level, even though it's a lot. It's kind of like a child who seems like they've had too much sugar and they're making you crazy. But you need this, because if you had a dog that was totally subdued and almost on some level comatose, you would not enjoy that. Just like you don't enjoy people who are like that, you need expression, you need pizzazz, you need vim and vigor. And this is all part of that, giving you, it's giving you energy too. And I'm even getting more impassioned as I talk. Does that mean anything?
It does, yes.
As Phoebe was talking, he was also sharing with me, he's got to get the energy out. There's just, it's all of this that comes through. He's got to get it out. And to some degree, even to when there was something that Phoebe said, and he said, yeah, like that. He enjoys being the performer. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. And he likes to make you laugh in that way. And you said something about pressing your nose, and he shows me actually doing fly ball. Are you familiar with the sport fly ball for dogs?
Well, we play a lot of ball. He
Oh,
likes to chase ball, but
okay.
no.
There's actually a sport that it's a competitive sport that dogs can play. I'm sure Meredith knows about it, called fly ball, where they run and have to get a ball and bring it back and then get it back. And I think sometimes they touch their nose. I'm not sure, but it is a competition. And he's very much about like, oh my gosh, we could do like all this stuff and meet other really cool, like-minded people. Also similar to what Phoebe was saying about your personality too, that certain people can bore you to death. Fly ball people won't be those people. They be your people. Is what I hear him say. Yeah. So he really enjoys making you laugh. Phoebe, was there something else you had to say?
No, just that, I mean, he's enjoying his life. This is a content animal. He's very gratified. And if he seems like he doesn't like something, you try something else. You're very attuned to him, even though you're not necessarily conscious of that all the time, but you are.
He entertains the entire neighborhood. People watch out the windows and play music while he's running. He has his own theme song in the neighborhood.
He's saying, well, we could go like on Instagram. If you're not already on Instagram with him, he's like, hey, I'm up for that too. I'd love my own channel.
He could have his own channel.
There you go. Does that answer your question, Jenny? Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for letting us talk with him. He's super cute. All right. Erin, how are you feeling? Do you feel like you want to move on to raffles? Do you feel like you need the time? Or do you want to try and squeeze in one more little reading?
I mean, if you can squeeze in one more, or we can move to raffles, I'm fine either way.
All right, Mayor, how do you feel?
I say let's go.
I do too. All right. Do you have someone I know you do have someone in mind. You get to pick.
I am looking at Shale. Shale, would you be open to having a reading?
Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic. All right. Who you got?
So, cat, named Cheeky, and transitioned so in spirit.
Okay, cheeky, like cheeky?
It's CHIKI, so Chicky.
Chicky. Female?
Male.
Male cat alive. Or in spirit, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's funny when you first said that, I heard the word cheeky, and cheeky can sometimes mean like a little, a little off color, a little like, hitting on you a little bit. And so I'm feeling some of that flattery. Jody, I'm seeing your, Frank Sinatra guy in the tuxedo and, debonair and suave, and feel like could win anyone over with this charming personality. And I actually see a tuxedo. I don't know if Chicky was a tuxedo cat, but I'm seeing that personality and spats and white gloves, and but there also feels a little like Frank Sinatra or Dean Martin. The flip side, the dirty side, the working blue in a comedy club a little bit, So got this debonair personality, but a little bit of sass behind that. Does that make sense to you about his personality?
Wow, 100%.
Okay, good.
It's so funny because when you said dirty side, I'm like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to share this part, but he shows me, as I hear him say, the Latin lover. And he has a very way of talking, like I'm a very Latin lover. And he shows me a cross between, okay, I know Tom Cruise isn't Latin, but Tom Cruise coming in as in the sock, where he's got the socks on in Risky Business, and the music, dun, 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 and he slides in and he's like, I am here. It's almost, actually now what he shows me is Puss in Boots from Shrek with Antonio Banderas as the very much that personality. And that to me, that charm, but also that there's a sexy appeal, little dirty, if you will, aspect to him. That's how you're making me feel. I hope that makes sense and it's culturally appropriate.
Oh my gosh, that's fine. And Karen knows, so on spot.
Okay, cool, awesome.
I didn't ask you what your question was for Chicky.
Yes, he's, I see Chicky as my guide, he's always, I take every advice he gives. I've had several communications through Karen, and every advice he gives, I follow them, and today my question to him is, what is your soul level advice for me today?
Okay. So Julie, how do we ask that question? I mean, there's always a soul level lesson, right? The animals are always going to give us some sort of soul level lesson. So what is the lesson that he wants us to go into today?
Yeah, well, what is the message? I almost feel like it's what is the message for today? It may not get all the way to the soul level lesson, but it's something for you to focus on, is how he's feeling for me today. Something for you to focus on today.
Absolutely.
And I hear immediately, if you don't mind if I just jump right in, Julie.
Yeah.
This whole, the pools in boots, the whole Antonio Banderas thing, the whole Frank Sinatra thing, there's a certain level of, I'm going to use the word arrogance, which has a negative connotation, but he's saying, no, I don't want it to be negative. I want you to have some arrogance. I want you to realize that you are all that, to slide in like the sexy Latin lover, like Puss in Boots, and know that you can attract people to you, not in the dirty, flirty way, but there's a level of, it's not even a confidence word. He's saying, actually, like, strut your stuff a little bit, like show up and be proud. You don't have to be discreet or apologetic about saying, I really am all that. Show up like you are all that. Does any of that make sense to you?
Yeah, he was like that, in his living years. He always looked at us like, what's up with you? You guys are like such fools. I know more than you. So I could completely understand what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah. As you were asking the question, I saw him actually take his right arm and put it on your left shoulder. So as if you're both facing the same way. And he's like, hey, I got you. And I hear him say, you know what, we just need to play a little bit more, but it's really playing with your swagger is what I hear him say. So really, like everything Meredith was saying, and he's like, play with that, like get out there and just be like who you are, and we don't care, and put that swagger out there, but play with it too. So really, really in tandem with what Meredith was saying. Is that, yeah, so, oh, go ahead, Meredith.
To add to that, he's saying it's not just play with your swagger. It's also, if you don't feel like you have swagger, make it up. Pretend like, and just go out there and not caring what anyone else thinks. Say, okay, today, my character is going to have swagger, and fake it till you make it almost. But you really do have that. You just don't believe that you have that. So go out and act like you are pretending that you have it. And then you're going to go, wow, this feels good. Oh, wow, this feels natural. Wow, now I'm going to play with my swagger now that I found it. It was locked in a closet somewhere. Glad to have my swagger back. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I've always been such a serious person, taking everything very seriously. So I can see how that's coming through.
Time to dig out some swagger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks for letting us connect with him today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, Erin, I think we should move on to thanks everybody for being here and letting us talk with your animals. I think we want to make time for everybody's raffle prizes. So
yeah. Yes. So first of all, I just want to thank everybody again for being here, for taking the time. I absolutely want to thank the ACC ladies, as well as Adrian and Jay, the two crazy cat ladies. Thank you so much for being here with us. These ladies dedicated their time for free to do this, which is just wonderful and so appreciative. So thank you. And so that means 100% of ticket sales goes to FC3, and we just crossed the $1,000 mark, which was the goal. So thank you to everyone. Thank you so much. We just had a last minute after party purchase tickets. So Patty's joining us in the after party, and Patty, I sent you the link. So yay, can't wait to see you there. And also, in addition to that, if you choose to connect with one of these ladies as a one-on-one, they're going to continue to donate back to FC3 15%. Is that right? Until the end of August. So if you connect with them one-on-one and mention FC3, then they will be continuing to donate to us. So it truly is an amazing organization. If you know anybody, definitely tell your friends about them, because they are an amazing group of ladies. And I'm thrilled and so glad to have met them. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to do some raffles. All right. Does it look okay?
It looks fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay. So here are all of the names, and I'm going to do a shuffle. All right, shuffle 10 times. We're going to do our first raffle winner. This is for a reading. Congratulations to Nicole. All right, I'm going to do another couple of shuffles, and this is for a goodie bag from the two crazy cat ladies. Congratulations to Ellie. All right. We'll do this next one, do another couple shuffles and a reading. This one is for a reading. Jenny, congratulations. Talk more about Buckeye. And I want to make sure I'm doing 5 readings and 3 goodie bags, right? Okay. All right, so the next one we'll do a goodie bag, a couple more shuffles, and a spin. Barbara, congratulations. And a couple shuffles and a spin for a reading. Cynthia, congratulations. And then we'll do a goodie bag from the two crazy cat ladies. Congratulations, Peru. I hope I said that right. And a couple shuffles. And then the next 2 will be for the remaining 2 readings. Ooh, all right, you get 1 of each. Congratulations. Couple shuffles and a spin. And this is also for a reading. Nancy. Congratulations, everybody. There we go.
Cool.
We see that. Does that go okay?
That was awesome.
Yeah, congratulations, everybody who won something. So for those of you who want a reading, Erin's going to reach out to you and connect you with one of us that have been here this evening so that you'll get paired, and then we'll then reach back out to you and let you know how to schedule your session with us. So just watch for that email. from Erin probably tomorrow, I'm guessing. And also then she'll also help figure out how to get your gift bags from the two crazy cat ladies. Thank you, Adrian and Jay, for that donation as well. So,
And Adrian, Jay, anything to say before we move over to your party?
We're really excited about our what is it? What are we calling it? Our
like
cat crack pack, our cat crack pack.
Fabulous.
Full of
It's the
catnip.
kitten spray
Yes.
and the coveted kitty crack pillow.
And we
So-
do encourage all of you guys to grab a beverage of choice. We just got a brand new bottle of limoncello that we are going to pour for this very awesome event.
And I just want to say
and
thank you to
Yeah.
Erin and everyone at ACC. These events are just so beautiful. They're
Yes.
moving. It's just such an amazing thing for us humans.
It really is.
It's been an incredible experience.
Yeah.
Again, we're very grateful for the work you do, Erin, you amazing human.
Yes.
And for
We love your
us at
heart.
ACC.
We love your hearts.
Guys.
Also, I have to
you.
say, it was quite amazing. We've been with hanging out with the ACC with you guys for a while now, and we love all of you and everything that you do. This is our first time getting the mic drop with Phoebe, and we're just like, wow, blown away. Yeah. So
You
thank
guys
you,
are
Phoebe,
incredible.
for
Yeah.
joining this event too. Yeah.
Awesome.
Mwah.
all right, for those of you who bought a ticket to the after party, you have an email with a new Zoom link. So just as Adrian and Jay and Erin were saying, we're going to sign off here, and we will see you if you bought the ticket at the other Zoom link in 5 minutes.
Go fast, run.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here.
Another good one.